Come St. Louis. St. Louis is my home. I come from St. Louis.
Right.
St. Louis is my home.
One song.
I come from St. Louis.
Sing back in the day.
St. Louis is my home.
What happened for us, the PEPAA thing, we kept kicking around this idea, hey man, why ain't the progressive scene what it used to be? And so we kept pushing it back and forth on each other, talking about it, until one day we said, well man, if we don't see it, then we gotta invent it.
So since the music was always hot, we thought about a habanero. First we thought about a jalapeno, but that wasn't hot enough for pepper. So we went to the habanero,
Right.
as in the signal. And he said, well, a PEPAA. Not a pepper, but a PEPAA.
Right.
Particularly, the scene develops, music develops the most when you have these type of sessions where musicians can get together either after their gig or they just want to come and hang and listen and experience it and to just start playing together. You know, when that happens, growth happens. I remember a time when there were no jam sessions and there was like only one thing happening and it was, you didn't see the cats come out. You know, that's why it's so important for me to be a part of a space and to try to create a space where that can happen, where any level, any ability can just come and have something to say and have a good time, and we're all learning. You know what I mean? Peppers needs to be at a home because what better place do you feel comfortable? You know, what better place kind of where you see people coming together over a pot of greens or food or talking, laughing, you know, or even debating, whatever it is, you know, that's family.
Each letter in PEPAA, we really mean it. We want it to be progressive. We want it to be very experimental, no fear of that. And we want both of those to be very positive things.
Right.
A lot of times people get a lot of negative pushback when they're being experimental and they're being progressive.
There's instruments everywhere, as you can see, but it also invites you to try other things. I have flutes and clarinets and Chinese instruments and things like that I wouldn't probably bring out other places, but this place is built for it. And so you can really just have a real diverse flavor of any and everything, and it's nothing like it, man. You know, there's nothing, but the truth is that music is kind of meant to be like that. It's supposed to be a little bit of this here, a little bit of that here, a little bit, you know, it's all good, you know. All ice cream is good. Even if it's pistachio and it ain't your favorite, if it's a hot day, you'll make it work.
Man, you look at the history of the music in the city, I mean, they talking about there used to be spots on every corner almost. And you can literally go start on one side of the city, end up in East St. Louis, play, or you can end up in East St. Louis, go all the way back home and just stop at every spot and play. So it's slowly coming back. Pepper's really one of the only spots where you get to see the legends come in. Like, sometimes you don't know who's going to be in the audience. There's some folks from BAG that are still around. That's the Black Artist Group. You got folks from, they used to play all over the world. They come in and stop by.
It used to be a start to initiate really an arts community all over the city, different oases of arts. That's a very important element that is sometimes forgotten about. We think we just need housing, which is very important, stores, which is important.
Yeah.
But you need the arts. You
Have
need culture.
art, culture, right.
Yeah, and when you travel all over the world, what do you travel to go see? You want to have that artistic or cultural experience.
And yeah, I would like to say that we have greens. And the thing about Peppa's greens is that you name your own price. It's whatever you want it to be. Everything here is whatever you want it to be. We're grounded to Mother Earth. Everything green, green is good. And so it reminds us of me, and I think a lot of people coming up with their grandmothers and mothers smelling greens in the kitchen cooking. And so Peppa want to have greens to let people know that when you come here, we want you to feel like you're at your home. So we can stay away from the hospitals. We got to do better as a world. We don't want to have to build more hospitals. We want to build less.
Yeah.
I have different artists, local artists, that I have on display here.
We have a lot of art, cultural dynamics that are in this. I mean, I'm just dealing with the tip of the iceberg that's part of this community. And we want to create a different image that you don't see on the news that much about the African American community and what it has contributed to St. Louis. Okay, from Miles Davis to Oliver Lake to Julius Henfield
To the World Saxophone
Quartet, Hemi Blewett. I mean, we can go on and
Oliver
on.
Lake, Julius Henfield.
Yeah, just a lot of extraordinary creative people. Even Maya Angelou, okay, were born here, lived here, and contributed to the world. Just trying to bring forth not a different image, but the real image.
Yeah, just
The real image that the majority of the people I grew up with, he grew up with, were about culturally.
During high school, I really didn't go out much. I was too scared and I was too nervous to go to jams. I would hear about them, but then recently, maybe just sophomore year in college, I decided to really start going out and try to play more. And that's how I met these guys, or that's how I met Kendrick and Bernard and Ben. When you're the worst in the band, you have the most to learn. The most important thing to grow is to have people encourage you and be like, hey, he's like, you sounded really good and you're doing some awesome stuff. You're getting in the middle.
They were doing the filming. It
Oh.
was easier. It's okay. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
You sound beautiful, man. Hey. Pleasure. Don't let it go there. I hardly say it, but you sounded, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
I can hear the growth. I do. I hear the work, and
Right.
I think that this community in general, the community of musicians here in the Metro East, is one that is yearning to be together. Everybody wants to create. Everybody wants to contribute. Everybody wants to have a voice. Just need a space to do that, and to do that freely, and to do that without necessarily prejudice or anything. And I think that's what Peppers really brings, is that, it is a space where anything really goes. I mean, you will see in this documentary, everybody starts playing, and it's wonderful. And it's all right. It's all correct, It's all beautiful.
Louis.
Right.
St. Louis, she's my home.
One of the songs.
I come from St. Louis.
Sing back in the day.
St. Louis, she's my home. Yeah. Chicken fried rice, very nice.
Right.
Greens at home
Yeah.
when I'm not alone.
Right.
We come from St. Louis. St. Louis is a good home.